So, what's happened between the original idea 6 weeks and 6 days ago and now? I'm going to be filling in all those gaps this morning. It's 5:15 on Saturday the 17th of April, and in the video today I'm going to be outlining the steps that we've taken to get to where we are. Commissions all finished, new skills all learnt, and today we make a start. For those of you visiting the project for the first time, my goal is to paint 193 portraits of people with 193 nationalities over the next 3 years. All the subjects will have great stories to tell of environmentally positive actions in which they are involved. If you want to be informed when new videos load, please subscribe below and don't forget to hit the like button or leave a comment. In addition to outlining the development path of the project, I thought I'd do 2 acts that will allow me to mark time as the project progresses. So, whilst I kick off the first act by cutting my hair in the background, let's get on with the progress I have made. The first thing I had to do was to honour all the commissions I'd agreed to before the idea for the project came to me. I'd 9 portraits in 7 paintings to do, and I knew this was going to take me about 6 or 7 weeks. The value of having time to complete all of these was that I could train myself and try out some of the techniques I'd need for the project, and it gave me time to find subjects and stories for the first 5 countries. I had to learn filming and time-lapse recording. The journey from complete beginner is outlined in Introduction to the Sisters video available on this channel. I had to find sources for public domain content and came across excellent resources such as the Flagopedia website. I had to learn basics about lighting and sound recording, and I invested in some kit to help support this. I recognise that at the moment the main 2 platforms for the project are YouTube and Instagram. Instagram was relatively easy for me to start work on, as I'd been running a couple of art accounts on there for around 2 years. Registering and launching at Global Portrait Project was fairly straightforward, and I'm also learning to use the page as more of a blog than a gallery, which I've used with my other previous 2 pages. I'm getting used to additional features such as Instagram stories and reels. YouTube also was actually surprisingly easy to use. Once the video had been created in the editing suite and saved, uploading to the Global Portrait Project channel on YouTube has been relatively straightforward. I've had to study how to improve things such as search engine optimization across YouTube and Instagram, and I'm making some headway in that. I'll be backing up these 2 main platforms with information on activity posts on Twitter and Facebook. I've made some early moves on branding and went through an iterative process to design the GPP logo with a background concept of the letters as land, showing the sea levels rising. There were, however, some truly horrible designs in the early drafts. I needed to build a simple website and have done this using Squarespace. The tools and how you use them are dissimilar to how you would work constructing, say, a document in something like Word. But now I've got used to the basics and I feel much more comfortable putting the site together. And that now seems to be up and running. In addition to letting my hair grow as the countries pass, I wanted to see something else grow, so this morning I've planted a habanero and a jalapeno chili. I'll hope to have at least one of these in frame at the beginning of each country's videos, but if that does suddenly stop, the likelihood is that the chili plants have been sent to live on a farm in Devon. In the background is the video shot this morning of preparing the soil, decorating the pots and sowing the chili seeds. Finally, I would like to talk about how I found my first subject. In the first week after the initial idea, many of the skills and activities already described were causing me concern with regards to whether I'd be able to get myself skilled up and up the learning curve. The biggest concern I had, however, was how was I going to find 193 subjects for the project? I did feel I had some things in my favour. Firstly, I'm quite outgoing and find it easy to strike up conversations verbally or online. Secondly, I felt the idea was simple and strong. And thirdly, I felt I'd begun to establish proper credentials on my Instagram page as an artist and that people would take me seriously. I love the art community on Instagram. It's friendly, inspiring and supportive. So what did I do? I did a search on Instagram for #AfghanArtist. I then wrote an introductory DM to 10 randomly selected artists who featured in the search results. And I waited. I had a few polite replies, but no strong leads. 4 days after my original message, I had a return message from the wonderful Samea Shanori. Samea is an Afghan artist currently living in New York who creates beautiful images relating to Afghan culture, such as works based on traditional clothing or the map of Afghanistan. Initially, Samea sent me some images photographers had taken in Afghanistan. When I explained that the subject ideally needed to be an Afghan currently living and performing their action in Afghanistan, and that the story was probably more important than the photograph, Samea sent me a message saying, "There is one more person who might be a good suggestion." Samea then sent me their Instagram page. I contacted them and almost immediately they agreed to get on board with the project. And the subject and story is, well, I'm afraid to find that out, you'll have to wait for the next instalment. Thank you for watching through to the end. I'll keep my fingers crossed for those chili plants. Please like and subscribe on the click buttons below. If you prefer one of the chilies, or the shorter versus longer hair, or have any other questions or comments about the video, please leave a comment below. Do what you can, and I'll see you next time.